complete a demo. We're going to show you how our recruiting system works and how you enter in your information. Everybody will get this. That's a part of our program. What we do is we have an athletic evaluation form, and all of this, like I said, ties back into all of our speakers, and you'll see at the end how we culminate it all into one big piece and how everything will help you. So then you go through as an athlete, you'll just put in what level do you want to be, prefer to go to college, out of state or whatever, it doesn't matter how many offers you have. Then you're going to put in your athletic information, your profile information. And as Amanda goes through that, I'll kind of talk a little bit. Yep, I'll talk about it. So what's going to happen is you're going to put in your metrics, just like Jose said, and just like the conversation was just asked. Someone asked, what does it take to stand out? Well, this is the easy part. This is the metrics. This is the part that you put in front of them. Oh, I'm this height. And what we like to call here at BDoc Sports, the eyeball test. Can you pass what is the eyeball test? Because at every level, Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA, all of those things, all of those, and JUCO, there's certain height criteria that they look at. Then once they get you there for the criteria, say, oh, you're a 5'10", 175-pound defensive back that plays football. Oh, you fit our program. Now they start to look at the intangibles, as Chris said, and like Will was talking about, like Marshall mentioned, how these things will start to make a difference in you. As Jose put it in an acronym, and I'm a big acronym guy. If you haven't figured that out with GPS, SACRAT, BDO, CIA, having a good character, your abilities. I think the I was intellect. Your intelligence. Yep. So that was just remembering that from that. So what we've done is now you go through, you put your academic metrics, you already put your height, weight in, you put in your academic metrics, what class you graduate, your ACT score if you have it, then you put in all of your highlight, your media handles. As Jose just said, we capture this to try to help you understand if you're doing things wrong on your social media that looks bad for colleges, how we can help you get where you need to get. Then you'll put your huddle highlights on there. You'll hit continue.
Usually just takes a moment.
Yes. It's got a lot of data that it's going through. It's putting it in our system with all the other athletes. So now you have an athlete summary report. This is obviously a demo, so we're just going to kind of go through it, but yours would be your name, your email, and all of your metrics. So that's your athletic profile. Then you'll go to your college match analysis. How this works is we match you up by your sport, position, height, and weight. So this athlete was 5'10", 175-pound defensive back. They played, had 81 colleges that matched their height and weight. They had 58 colleges that matched just their position and height in our program. They had 94 colleges that just matched their position and weight. So understand what we were talking about, the eyeball test. So coach walks on the field, sees you play, you're 5'10", 175 pounds. There's 81 schools that are in our system that say, hey, we like 5'10", 175-pound defensive backs. 5'10", 170 pound, it would be different. All of the metrics add up. We like it with the GPA. They got a good GPA. They got an SAT score. We got all this. So we put an algorithm, like we said, what makes us different? This. Our algorithm goes in, calculates, and gives you what schools fit you best. And then what you'll do is you'll take this right here, you'll look at it, then you can say, oh, I got direct matches in football, just football in my position. There's only 9 schools that we don't repeat the duplicates versus the 81, 58, 94. But then we've also went and said, what if, like Marshall said, he hurt his shoulder playing baseball. Maybe he could have played another sport. Maybe there was time for him to be in. So we've also went in and seen what your college matches for any other sport for your height, your weight, or just your weight. And so what we can do is we'll scroll down and we'll give you an overall assessment opportunity score. Where you get this opportunity score is basically saying you're a good fit for this school. There's 15 of the 40 schools that you fit really good opportunity score based on roster composition. So what their recruiting needs are, how many freshmen they have, how many sophomores, juniors, seniors, what position is leaving, where is it at? We've calculated all of this to give you a good idea of where your opportunity scores are. And we're going to show you more in detail all of this. 3.51 matching score. So you out of 5. This athlete at 5'10", 175-pound defensive back is a strong D1, D2 fit. So what we've done is let them scroll down, and we'll go through and show you the understanding of your results. That's there. But then even more so, what we've done is we've went out and we went in and said, let's go see what the player analysis look like. So we created a player analysis tool that you can click on at the bottom, and it'll take you to the analysis to show you exactly what's going on with your scoring. So how this works is your player analysis pops up, still the same athlete, football defensive back, 70 inches, 175. Their ranking scores there. They're a strong D1 or D2. They can view this. They can print it. They can export it. They can do whatever you need to do. Whatever athlete you want to do, you can do. But what it does is it also gives you a breakdown. It says you have 242 matches total college count. Then it breaks it down by percentage to let you know where you fit the best at by height, weight, and all of that. Doesn't mean that we're telling you that's the level that you play at. We're just giving you all of the data in front of you. Since we're in a data-driven era now, this is where you're at. So we go through, you're at the 82% for D1, so on and so forth. Detailed analysis, it just tells you a strong fit for each level that you are, and you go through and everything is there for you. If you go back to the previous screen, it will show you and it's just scrolling through. It takes just a moment for it to go through. You'll go back and we'll show you the alternative sports. So as we were stating earlier, using Marshall, if you weren't able to continue to play, but you wanted to play another sport, but your height, weight is in there. Now it comes back and gives you a look and says, okay, you could be on the swim team, the fly position for them, long stick in lacrosse, the attack position. Scroll down a little bit on it. And then it gives you the recruiting good opportunity score, recruiting excellent opportunity, just so you have an idea of where and how to match your matches. And it also does it by height, weight. It does it by just weight. It does it by height only. So we give you all of this information so that you have it at your fingertips so that you can make the most informed decision possible. And now we're going to go into our, we're going to make sure that we go into our actual matches. And we're going to show you how our physical metrics match works. And it'll take just a moment.
Yeah, I also went back one too far.
Nope.
Everybody, sorry about that.
Nope. And also right here, while we're waiting, Ms. D dropped in the chat, what's your dream school? So if you have a dream school, go ahead and drop that in there in the chat so we can see what your dream school is. So then you click on view detailed college matches and make sure you're using your tracker. We're going to keep mentioning that. That is very important. So the 242 colleges that we seen earlier. If you notice at the top, we have a recruiting playbook that you can go into, and we're going to discuss all of that later. We're going to recruiting calendar, a recruiting resume, a recruiting resources, our recruiting camps, recruiting reflection, and our recruiting of Bob the Bot, our 24/7 AI assistant answer. I'm sorry, recruiting answer. I'm sorry. I got to looking at something else, and I was just making sure that we didn't miss that other part, which we did. So your 242 total college matches has come through. You can see your direct height, the 81 that was on there. But now what we've done is we've shown you the colleges in our full Recruiting Made Simple program. When you purchase the full program, you'll see the Coastal Carolina D1 schools that matched your profile exactly. And it'll say direct match, height and weight. It'll tell you opportunity scores. And we can sort this by division, which is currently sorted by. So you see the divisions, Mercer, Sanford, any of that. You can get all of that information. it goes down and you keep scrolling down. If she scrolls down, you'll see like Division 3, Division 2, and it just gives you all of your opportunities to be able to see of those 81 schools. If we click on the tab at the top, as she clicks on the direct matches, the 58, now it changes and it shows you the 58. Same with the direct matches, height and weight, partial, so on and so forth.
Oh.
She can also sort it by by opportunity scores and make it descending.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, descending and opportunity score. Change the division. Yeah, there you go. I guess it's the delay, the lag I'm looking at. Oh,
it is. It's okay though. Appreciate it.
All right, so here we are, opportunity score. So like now, this athlete was a D1 match, but some of the best opportunities may be at a D3 school. Something may come up. They don't do well. They don't get a D1 offer and everybody backs out. Well, you need to know where you had your best opportunities to go to school. There's an NAIA school on here. Scroll down a little bit. Let's see what kind of comes up. Let's just kind of get an idea. You know, there's some D2 schools. So you're back in the mix. Just those aren't as high of an opportunity because they may have more seniors there. They may have this. We just kind of give you an idea. We're not going to ever tell you where you can't play. And this is where we go back to the self-advocacy and understanding where exactly you're fit for what's going on. I don't know, Miss Amanda, do you have anything that you want to add or at this point that you want me to cover? Or
I was just going to have you touch on the recap, but you did do that just under the opportunity score, just so they understand why the freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors are listed there and how that comes into play. It's mentioned in that little recap at the bottom. Just wanted to emphasize that a little bit because I think a lot of parents and athletes don't always consider that when they're evaluating the best opportunity to play is who is ahead of you that you are directly competing with, and like how that plays into maybe if that D1, you have so many in front of you, is D3 going to be better for you? So you want to elaborate on that a little bit, I think would be good.
Yes, very much so. So like, we'll just take the one that we're looking at right here. We'll go with, what's the name? We'll go with Assumption College.
Okay.
They have 22 defensive backs, 5 are freshmen, 6 are sophomores, 3 are juniors, 7 are seniors, 1's a grad student. So what this tells me and how we explain this to you is, first and foremost, they accept grad students. So now, as a high school freshman coming in, as we were talking about earlier, you've heard it twice now because Jose, who's obviously in it directly, there's no more spring transfer portal. So now what that means is there's only one transfer portal. So you have to play in the fall and then you transfer. That's it. There's no more 2 transfer portals like I'm gonna wait and see what happens. So now, as a high school athlete, this is an opportunity for you to graduate high school early. Take the classes that are necessary. This is where the hard work that we talked about earlier. This is where all this ties in. The hard work. Someone would have told me all of this when I was going to school. I would have done it differently. As they said, all paths are different. So we're trying to take you down the path of least resistance at this point in time. We want you to understand what's going on. We don't want parents, like we said in the very beginning, families to have to do guesswork. We don't want you guessing. We're giving you the answers to the test. We're showing you how to pass it. And so this is telling me grad student. There's one grad student there. So if I'm a freshman and I decide to graduate early, I can get on campus early. I can go in that December semester and go to school there, start getting college credits. And most high schools allow you to get college credits anyway. Now, this allows you that extra year, as it was said earlier. Now you can earn the extra NIL money. Now you can earn the extra degrees. You can earn a master's degree. That's what that tells me instantly, looking at that, saying, oh, they accept grad students. I need to be, my opportunity score is high there. Oh yeah, I need to be trying to get there early. So now you're in the phases that we're in. When you're in the goal, plan, strike phase, now you have a plan. So when you get ready to strike, you're already there. You know what your goal is. The goal hasn't changed. You want to go to college and play sports. Now, your plan is, oh, let me figure out which school is best. I fit best here. My opportunity score fits best here. You know what? Oh, I need to strike on this. This is my opportunity right here. Let me take advantage of it. And that's what we teach you. So that's what that says immediately. But also, there's 7 seniors there. They're senior heavy. So their leadership is going to disappear. They're going to look for new leadership coming through the door. They're going to ask, as you see, they only have 3 juniors replacing in that position. So they're going to be looking at freshmen, sophomores and juniors to fill their roster leadership-wise. Well, a sophomore is not much more than a freshman. So you come in and you get 1 year under your belt before everybody goes to that next grade. Yes, technically you're a freshman, but you've been on campus for a year or for a semester. You know what it takes now. You get an advantage. Now you have the ultimate advantage that can say, oh, I can opportunity score this because I'm looking at it going, now my opportunity makes more sense to me. Now, and then let's go to the next one. Let's go over, we'll use these 3 since we're on them. We'll just go with Seton Hall. We'll stay right there with Seton Hall. Scroll down just a tad bit. For me, the other way. There you go. Seton Hall, right there. They're a Division II school. So you got 2 Division II schools. The opportunity score is a little bit, just 2 points different. But what happens? They got 4 seniors versus 7 seniors. Same grad student. They got a little bit more leadership coming their way. They got a little bit more for you to have to deal with getting on the field. They got 10 freshmen already there. So guess what that means? That sophomore class is going to be ahead of you. There's going to be 10 guys ahead of you for the rest of your career unless they leave. So you got to look at these things, and we help you navigate this through our Recruiting Made Simple program. We have consultant calls. We have monthly calls. We have all the things that you need to make sure that you understand your opportunity score. But again, self-advocacy, we put it in front of you. If you don't do the work, it does us no good. You can't call me and Miss Amanda and get on our conference call and not even know how to log in because you didn't fill out your profile, or you didn't do this, or you don't have a game plan. Because when you give me the game plan, then I'm going to say, oh, that's a great game plan. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not going to give you the game plan like we're giving it to you now. I'm going to ask you, so what's your game plan? What are you trying to do exactly? And so when you get ready to go into that, that's what you'll end up doing. So how you get ready, how we go through it, and you get that game plan and you come to us, what we're going to do is show you how to be able to take this information, all of your information. We won't even go through Mayville. We understand. I think it's understood. I don't want to beat a dead horse on this. So what we'll do is we'll go into our resume part to show you how to send this information and what we give you to help you self-advocate for yourself. So we're going to go into the resume.
Yes, sir.
Just taking a moment, processing all the athletes we're helping.
Yes.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and I'm just going to add one thing on to the last section as we're transitioning into the resume is, the visibility starts with the college matches, but the exposure is going to be in this resume piece and how you prepare yourself and how you're ready to take those next steps. So just to kind of lead in there, I wanted to make sure I said that as well.
Just reload the athlete thing and go to it from the other area.
What was that?
Just reload the metrics and then just click on resume. Or do you want me to just talk about the resume?
No, we'll go in there.
Okay.
It's spinning. Give me one moment and I will switch the screen over for you.
All right. Well, I'll talk a little bit about it. The resume is your first impression to coaches. Just so you know, and there it is, just right on cue. So what we do is we provide you a player resume that can go to the coaches. This is your first, how we send things over to the coaches. And as you can see, athlete demo is still there, your position and all that. But we have a nifty little QR code over in the right-hand corner corner that if you had that resume, you could show somebody the QR code. If you were talking to a coach at a camp or something like that, they would scan that. And when they scan it, they would be able to pull up your resume. All of this information would pre-populate. So they have all of your information right there. They know your metrics. They got your academic metrics, your contact information, your social media information. And we put a little small blurb at the bottom that you don't have to worry about. So the athlete focus. I'm currently exploring my college options, and I'm very interested in attending and playing college sports. I would like to receive questionnaires and sport camp brochures so I can showcase my talents to earn scholarship. Thanks in advance. I look forward to receiving the information and speaking with you in the future. You can print this. You can do whatever you need to do with this. You can email it. You can download it. You can save it. So we've already put this together. You don't have to go and create one. It just automatically pops in there. And we're going to show you another way later on that we also have that you can do these things. All right. So understanding that the recruiting resume the resume is your recruiting handshake. And how first impressions of coaches, like we said, you'll need to be short, visual, updated, and often. That's where the hard work comes in, going and keeping all of your information up to date, keeping it current. If you're 5'10" and you grow an inch over the summer, you change that to 5'11". If you lost some weight, you change that. You keep everything ready, because inside our RMS, your resume, your matches equals your momentum. And if you let that die, that dies your offers off. Now you're going to kill off your offers. They're going to start to fade. Your offers are going to start to deteriorate because you're not up to date. You're not following up. You're not following the 5 phases. You're not showing interest anymore. You're not making phone calls. You're not direct messaging. You're not doing any of those things that are necessary for you to be ready and go through and get yourself going. Coaches are ready with their resume, the college fit system, everything you need to know to move from a hopeful to being recruited. As you can see, that's a demo of our resumes over there. We have how they go out, how they can be sent. We don't send them to colleges. We used to send them to colleges, but we do not send them to colleges because college coaches want to hear from you. They do not want to hear from BDOC Sports. They want to hear from the athlete. So we want you to create your own player resume and through our system and then send it out. Miss Amanda, do you have anything that you want to add?
Just going to reiterate, I know you said it, but the first impression to coaches after everything that Jose just shared and Will and Chris, the character is a big piece of this. The person that is reaching out, the person that is giving the information without someone having to search for it, that is self-advocacy right there. And that's something coaches do want to see. The fact that you have a resume ready with all of your metrics and everything with your links available immediately for them shows a lot. And when we do come back later on in the session, we're going to talk about how implementing that resume into your outreach strategies will take that to another level for you. And it aligns right with what Jose is saying those coaches are looking for, that character. And yes, your ability on the field, but this is an ability off the field. Many people forget how important it is to just provide the information up front and not make people just search for it. So
very, very, very true. And where we're at, just so y'all know, like where we're at in the SAC rat and all of that, these are your keys. These are the keys that you're going to read from these coaching points that we're going to get. You're going to be able to read the keys. Once you send your resume, you'll know how to react. You'll know exactly what to do now. You'll get those. So, when you get your stance, you already know that. You got your alignment. You know what to do. You're aligned. You're aligning yourself with these colleges that you think fit you best. Then you're going to get the coaching points from us. You're going to get the coaching points from them because they're going to tell you that you're going to hear what the coaches have got to say. But then can you read those keys? That is the key. Can you read the keys that the coaches are giving you so that you know how to react appropriately? And we're going to show you that. But you're going to send off your resume. You're going to send these things off so that they can give you the keys, so that you can see what's going on, so you'll know how to react accordingly because you'll get responses from them. You'll get the things that you need. And we'll show you how this all works, because every athlete in our Recruiting Made Simple program gets a shareable coach-ready resume. And if you don't look ready, they assume you're not. That is just that simple. And we got a few minutes, so if we can, let's just kind of go back to the metrics. I just want to touch on a couple things on the metrics just to, since we got a couple minutes, let's just show them.
Sure. Still have the tab up, so let me just go back. Here we go. Oh, it didn't even load. No load time.
There we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the top bar. Let's go to the recruits, the recruiting. Like right here, we're going to have, we got a couple other areas. The recruiting playbook just tells you step by step. We're not going to bring that up and show you anything on that. But the recruiting playbook shows you everything step by step. We're going to actually do a demo later of the calendar, so we're not going to show you that. We've already showed you the recruiting resume. But something that we want to show you that I really want you to understand is we have two areas that I want you to really focus in on, because the others are going to get addressed later. We got the recruiting resources and we have the recruiting reflections. We're going to click on the reflections to show you how we want you to become a dual athlete and be something in the community. So as this comes up every month, like this is the month of September, and we have resiliency and determination is the theme of the month. We create a theme every month. So October will have a theme, November, so on and so forth. As athletes, we're going to show you the things that you should be doing in your community to try to help make you more visible, make college coaches say, oh, I do like this freshman athlete because they're already in this. And if you're going to go there early, these are things that are going to make you more marketable. Opportunities for NIL. These are the things that the intangibles that Coach Chris was talking about. This is the difference. Everybody can play. I'm going to keep saying that. Everybody can play. They don't talk to people that can't play. If they're talking to you, it's because you can play. But can you do the other things that make you different? So right here, academic focus, athletic focus, acts of service. We give you an actionable step. Anything in the black is telling you what the theme is. Anything in the like the green check marks are the action steps that we want you to do. So like acts of service, we'll just show you like the volunteer for a school improvement or local service project. That's stuff you could put on your resume. That's thing that you could talk to when you talk to a coach. Hey coach, no, I can't be on the conference call with you at 12:15 today because I got to finish my acts of service that I started at my local service project at the school. Will 2 o'clock work good? I'll be done with that. Oh, you do acts of service? You do that? Oh, yeah. That's part of what I do. That goes a long way. Those things are good. Those are good things that will build you and build you up in the coach's eyes.
Character.
Yes, very much so. So we do this. We're not going to go through everything. We just want to show you. We show you how to handle social media, motivation, so on and so forth. Then we give you a checklist at the end to see if you made the challenge. Again, this is where the hard work is. Are you going to put in the effort and log in and check and make sure you did the things you need to do? That's the difference.
Will's word, the extra things. Those extra things.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Chris that said that. Either way.
Yes. All of them are very important. All of it is very important.